this guy you might not even expect to really be in the top 10, and it is Bang out of SKT. And the reason you might be like, oh, what's he doing on this list is because his summer split wasn't what you expect out of a guy of Bang's caliber. It was kind of on the downslope, and SKT as a whole team went through a slump where they could not find a win. But I mean, he's been at Worlds before. We've seen him be the best AD carry in the world before. So just because you have one bad split, I'm not going to rule this guy out of being on our top 10 list.
Yeah, absolutely not. And I think that's just a testament to how fantastic he has been in recent years, and SKT. Yeah, they had a pretty abysmal stretch, especially by their standards, where they would have dropped 9 straight series or something. They couldn't win anything, but they definitely turned it around come playoffs. Even when they won Game 3 against Longzhu, I think everyone was like, oh, reverse sweep, this is over. So kudos to Longzhu for that. But you see here, still the fewest deaths per game of LCK AD carries, which is obviously the cream of the crop of the marksman. I mean, him and Wolf are just, they don't really die in that bottom lane. They're not going to lose 2v2. They may not stomp any lanes as they might have done in recent history in the laning phase, but they're just not going to fall heavily behind down there, which plays perfectly to SKT's strengths. I mean, as long as they get into these mid to late game macro fights and team fights, that's where they've excelled over all these years. And Bang still has some of the best positioning in the world, and that's why he has so few deaths in a lot of these games. Yeah,
positioning, mechanics, whatever you expect Bang to have, he's got it. Again, he was at one time considered the best in the world. And that's, sure, he had one bad split, but in spring he was fantastic. Going back to the past year in the Worlds 2016, he was fantastic. So just because he struggled a little bit, don't rule him out. Because if I was playing on SKT for this long and they were just been dominating split after split, worlds after worlds, at some point you would get a little cognizant and just be like, you know what, I'm going to chill for a bit and maybe not perform at my best. When you're playing at your top tier level for that long, at one point you're going to hit a slow. And that's where he's at least as of like 2 months ago, in that little slump period. But I don't expect him to be in that same stage come Worlds 2017. I expect the Bang of Worlds 2016.
Yeah, and you can definitely, when you're dominating so heavily, I think not only just Bang, but maybe as a team, SKT kind of just plateaued a bit and weren't at their best. And yeah, that's what happens when you're at the top. But even with that slump, people still looked at him as one of the best ADs. And I mean, if you're slumping and you're all the way down to maybe 8th best coming into this tournament, I mean, he's still a top 3. At max, you're putting this guy top 4 AD in the world. So I'd be scared to lane against him still.